Next question. Since the lockdown, I have had to move my business online and get resourceful in new and inventive ways. While my intuition, which is a pioneer, so this is obviously an INFP asking this question, while my intuition, the pioneer, is loving this new adventure, my 3-year-old, the executive, is feeling totally overwhelmed by the new skills we are having to learn along the way. Sometimes the task seems too intimidating to start. What can I do to fight the fear and to do it anyway? I love this question because you're obviously wanting to do things. You're open to doing different things that you've done before. You know, you're exploring new heights and you're adapting to your situation, which is very encouraging. And a lot of as INF types, we don't tend to, like, we're very adaptable if we have to, but we don't tend to find a lot of comfort in adapting all the time. So thank you for asking this question, and well done for doing this work. This is a tough time. Now, when it comes to, as an INFP, when it comes to, learning new things or executing new things and using your executive function, which of course is your 3-year-old inner child, what we want to make sure is that we do two things. We, number one, limit the expectations to certain time, like 5 to 15 minutes at a time, so you don't do too much at any given time to burn it out, to burn that part of you out. And number two, we need to prioritize before we execute. So we need to find the highest leverage tasks and the highest leverage learnings that you need to undertake before you undertake anything else. So we need to prioritize what are actually the ones, what are the behaviors, the learnings, the tasks that are the highest leverage tasks for you as a person to get the end result, which in your business might be marketing or whatever. So you don't want to go like, I have to learn this all, or I have to learn it in this way. Find out what is the highest leverageable point in what you're learning, not relating to what somebody else says, but relating to what you actually want to achieve with what you're learning. So you need to have your learning end goal in mind. So for example, let's just say that I'm, learning to, I'm going to take my consultancy business from doing it in person to doing it online. And in order for me to get to that point where I should be, able to do that, what you don't want to do is you don't want to learn about sending the confirmation emails, or you don't want to do you don't want to absolutely master or prioritize having the exact right equipment to do, the best microphone, the best camera. Those are actually unimportant things. The most important thing that you need to do is to be able to speak to that person. So learn to use a platform that allows you to do that. And that's the very first thing that you should prioritize. So don't prioritize things that are actually not going to give you the actual end result, but prioritize the most highly leverageable thing. So once you know what platform you're going to use, and once you've practiced using it a couple of times with your friends, then you can talk about, confirmation emails. Then you can talk about what mic you should have. Then you can talk about what camera you should have. But you can't do the consultation online unless you have the platform and unless you know how to use it. So make sure that you use that time that you have available for the executive, so the 5 to 15 minute time slot, to actually prioritize what is the single most important thing about this that I need to learn. And if I don't learn this thing, then I won't be able to do the job. And there you can see, if you don't know how to use the software to speak to a person online, then you won't be able to do that call. It doesn't matter what mic you have. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. So the two things really important for the executive, especially for the INFP, because it's in the 3-year-old position, and you have to really parent and nurture that part of you. Make sure that the time is right, and make sure that you're prioritized before you execute anything.